You can recognize your twin flame with this one simple question. Who am I? Now, the reason that's the question to ask is because you and your twin flame are the same soul. That's what everybody says, and it's true. It's one soul in two bodies. And remember, who you really are is the soul. So let's start with twin flames. Well, the soul incarnates and reincarnates and deincarnates, right? We know about reincarnation, past lives, future lives. What would happen if you got in a time machine and went back to meet your previous incarnation, your past life self? Probably something similar to what's going on with you and your twin flame. This is just two incarnations of your soul in the same time period. This person, it's just another incarnation of your soul. Now, because the soul is non-duality, a polarization of duality is caused at the metaphysical level. The soul is not metaphysical. Metaphysics is duality. And I'm not saying that's bad, that's just what that is. It's the mind, right? Remember, body, mind, soul. Well, the body and the mind are duality. Metaphysical energy, thoughts and emotions, are duality. And so at the level of the mind, the soul polarizes because the mind is duality. So when you see this other person, you think that's another person, and the mind responds that way. It's something other. There's me and there's other, duality. So it creates a polarization, but at the level of the soul, you are completely uniform. It is non-duality. So now that we understand the basic science of self, the soul, which is non-duality, and the science of mind, so who you are, the three-part triune being, body, mind, soul, right? It's like the human machine, right? That's the engineering of how that system works. It's technology. That's what you are. But the soul incarnates and reincarnates. You just have two going on right now in the same time period. Again, no different than if you got on a time machine and went back in time to meet your previous incarnation. Okay? But the mind, again, is duality. So when you see this person, it triggers this conflict. And the way that we have conflict is to be opposed to other. Okay? And I'm not saying that's bad, and I'm not saying you're bad. That's just what's happening. That's just what's going on. You know, the breakdown of the ego, the dark night of the soul, the running and the chasing, the desperation, the obsessive thinking of this person, and you can't turn it off. It's like it's happening to you. It's so intense. It's insane. Well, that should be your first clue. Watch this. Who am I? Remember, that's the question, right? Who am I? Well, there's thoughts and feelings going on. And when you're in the middle of the obsessive thinking, you kind of can't miss it. The obsessive, I shouldn't even laugh. It's horrible, guys. I went through it for 6 months, right? So you kind of can't not notice the mind is there going on and on and on, and you can't make it stop. But that's the thing, is there is a noticer. So on this journey, did you ever say to yourself, why am I thinking all the time about this person? Why doesn't my brain shut up? Right. There is the ability for you to notice the mind. What is that? Did you ever ask yourself what that is? What is consciousness? What is awareness? There's a you who notices the mind when it's going on and on and on around you. What is that? What is the you? That's the soul. The soul is consciousness. And as I often point out, the way that I teach twin flames, this is why I'm the world's leading twin flame coach. The way that I teach twin flames is not only science-based, but it's ancient, guys. This is no different than ancient Zen spiritualism. That's all this is. It's thousands of years old. I don't teach anything new agey or untried or untested at all. This is tried and true, guys. This is ancient Zen spiritualism. That's really all this is. And it makes a lot of sense because if it is true that you and your twin flame are the same soul, and it is, then you just got to do soul stuff, right? That's why I'm always telling you guys to read The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle or watch the Samadhi movie, Samadhi. You can watch it for free on YouTube right now. There's 3 parts. Just watch part 1. It's only an hour long just to get yourself started. When you watch that, you're going to know who you really are. That's your twin flame. Your twin flame is your soul. Now, when you have this piece of information, this knowledge of who you really are, the soul, and let me be clear about that. You are the soul, right? So when we say that we are body, mind, soul, you could say that you are a 3-part triune being. It's true. But what is the context of the word you that we are using? Because if we go a layer deeper, we discover that you is actually not the body and the mind. The body and the mind is just something that you have. It's like you take it with you everywhere you go. You have it. You're carrying it with you everywhere, right? You have a body and a mind, but you are the driver. You are the conscious being. You are the soul, which is your twin flame. Your twin flame is another incarnation of your soul happening in the same time period, just like past lives, right? Again, the reason it seems so traumatic, the reason there's the running and the chasing is because you're approaching it through the mind, and that's not your fault. It's the human condition, guys. That's the way that we were brought up on planet Earth. It's the human condition to believe that we are the mind. We have been conditioned to believe that we are the personality, the ego. So this is why I tell you guys to read The Power of Now and watch the Samadhi movie, because this is all about transcending the personality, to no longer derive your very sense of self from the personality. And that is exactly how you find out who your twin flame is for sure, right? You can go watch one of my other videos called The Most Accurate Twin Flame Test, where I explain how to go within and transcend the mind. And I give you all these tools on this channel on how to do that. Because when you transcend the false sense of self, the ego, the personality, the thought-based form of identity of self, when you transcend that and align with the true self, which is the soul, which is consciousness, which is your twin flame, by the way, something interesting happens. Your twin flame wants to talk to you all of a sudden. They want to be around you all the time. If they have you blocked, they'll unblock you. And it happens all the time, you guys. I've coached well over 4,000 students at the time of the making of this video. Guys, that's a lot of unions. That's a lot of people. And it keeps happening because my approach is science-based. Why is it science-based? Well, your twin flame is your soul. So you have to align with your soul. You have to transcend the false self, the ego, the personality, or as it has been called, Maya, the false sense of self. With my students, I call it the identity entity, the mind, the thought-based form of self. You transcend that and align energetically with the consciousness of the true self within, your soul. That's when your twin flame stops running from you, because again, the mind is duality. So the more that you focus on them, mentally, emotionally, or metaphysically, the more that they're going to focus on anything but you. The mind is duality. So listen to that again, right? Yin, yang, light, dark, alpha, omega, plus, minus, right? So the more that you focus on them, the more that they're going to focus on anything but you. And they don't really know why they want to run away. They might have some reasons that they think are reasons why they're doing that, but They don't know, guys. After having coached over 4,000 students, I never get a consistent answer, like a 3D answer from students, except for the energy. The only thing that makes sense is the science, the energy. That's why they really run, guys. So to shut that down, you simply go within. You get out of the duality of mind. You no longer derive your sense of self from the mind. Instead, you're deriving your sense of self from the true self that you already are, the soul, which is your twin flame, and they come back. So that's why the real question is, who am I? That's how you can know who your twin flame is. Because when you know who you really are energetically, they come back and they stay. And they don't really know why they want to stay. They just do, regardless of the reasons that they give you. They just do. They just want to be around you all the time. I hope you found this video helpful and informative. Please go watch my other free coaching videos on this channel on my playlist called How to Get Your Twin Flame. Go check them out, guys. Try something new today on your twin flame journey. Take care. Bye-bye.